there are certain measures to control the spread of nuclear technology, nuclear weapons. There are certain measures for the spread of nuclear technology and nuclear weapons. Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT, or CTBT, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. There are all the treaties to control expansion, proliferation, banning of the nuclear tests, etc. India have not signed, remember, India have not signed NPT or CTBT. Even today, this was the contention, India have not signed NPT. It always says that India is not a signatory of NPT. So, India have not signed Non-Proliferation Treaty or Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. The Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization, CTBTO, there is an organization to implement CTBT called CTBTO, Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization. CTBTO has invited India to become an observer, with access to international monitoring system data. So India can get some information with respect to test ban treaties and other issues and other data. So CTBTO have invited India to become an observer. India is not a member. Remember, India have not signed. India have not signed NPT, India have not signed CTBT. Now India was called to be an observer. Next, do you know LTTE? LTTE is a designated terror organization and its supremo Velupillai Prabhakaran. In 2009, Sri Lankan government have almost eliminated almost all the members in LTTE, and even Prabhakaran got killed. His son, young one, 10-11 years old, Balachandran Prabhakaran, he also got killed. In such scenario, India, you all know our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi got killed by LTTE, by a human bomb in 1991. Imposed a ban on LTTE, and now even today there was a information that LTTE activities still exist. LTTE have lot of support, and LTTE have not abandoned the Tamil cause, particularly fight violence. The cause is not bad, but the violence is bad always. The problem of Tamilians, everybody will understand, but taking up violent methods, we condemn it seriously. Indian government extends ban on LTTE for 5 more years. Indian government extends ban on LTTE for 5 more years under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. Because LTTE has not abandoned the concept of Tamil Eelam. LTTE have not abandoned the concept of Tamil Eelam. Fight for Tamilian cause. Fighting, see, working for justice is good, but following violent methods is bad. The pro-LTTE groups continue to foster separatist tendencies. The pro-LTTE groups continue to foster separatist tendencies. Even the diaspora means people living abroad. The diaspora means Tamilian people and other people living abroad. They have anti-India feeling with respect to LTTE cause. According to them, if India would have supported LTTE properly, Tamilian issue would have been solved. So they still have hatred towards anti-India feeling. For that reason, India considers even today LTTE is a proper terrorist organization. So it extended ban for 5 more years. And Sri Lanka is a very small country with 2 crore 20 lakh population. And the only biggest neighbor to Sri Lanka is India. Such a small country have lot of divisiveness. Buddhists and Tamilians, Christians, Muslims, and we all thought that Sri Lanka have become peaceful after 2009, the government's action against LTTE. But if you see the last month's the Easter issue, episode of Muslims attacking Christian churches, and there was attack on Muslims now. There was an attack on Muslims in Sri Lanka. So all these things shows that in Sri Lanka the divisiveness is much more. So we need emergency peace in Sri Lanka. See, more than 124 getting killed within 2 days in sequential attacks is not a small thing. It's not a small thing in any country. That too in a very, very small country like Sri Lanka. So that even India, so there was some news that the terrorists operated, they have planned from India. There was some news. No conclusive proof, but there was a news. Next important news is DRDO. What is DRDO? Defense Research Development Organization. DRDO. Defense Research Development Organization successfully conducted flight test of Abhyas, ABHYAS. DRDO successfully conducted flight test of Abhyas. It was conducted in Chandipur in Orissa. Chandipur in Orissa. Abhyas, ABHYAS. DRDO successfully conducted flight test in Chandipur, Orissa. That is Abhyas. Abhyas is a high speed expendable aerial target. High speed. Abhyas is a high speed expendable, EXPENDABLE, expendable aerial target, HEAT. High speed expendable, not extendable, it is expendable aerial target. Abhyas is designed for autonomous flying, sometimes with the help of autopilot. Autonomous flying. See, it can actually have high speed aerial targets. It can reach high speed targets in the air. High speed targets. Abhyas is a high speed expendable aerial target. This is the question which we can expect in prelims. What is Abhyas? Abhyas is a high speed expendable aerial target. High speed expendable aerial target. Okay. In New Delhi we have WTO ministerial meeting, not original meeting. It's something like some developing countries coming together, 16 countries, and talking about various issues. It's going on in New Delhi. WTO meet of developing countries. It is not ministerial, that is biannual summit. It was developing countries, that was the thing. WTO ministerial meeting of developing countries was inaugurated in New Delhi. See, 2 days back I went to Delhi. Just nearby to the gate there was a chair, there was some arrangement that whoever is coming to WTO meet, kindly contact us. This is the helpline desk. I have seen WTO mini ministerial meeting of developing countries, and all are welcome to this WTO meeting. Those who are coming from foreign countries, those who want any help from us, this is the help desk. People are sitting now. Then I understood. See, at least that is a courtesy when somebody is coming from high level dignitaries from other countries, definitely India is going to do this. Coming back, take today's newspaper, Hindu newspaper. Violence full campaign plague in Bengal. See, in some constituencies in West Bengal, Election Commission observed disruption and violence. So, Election Commission have ordered that in some of the constituencies, campaigning should be stopped for some time. So, that is the issue in West Bengal. Monsoon to reach Kerala on June 6. Monsoon to reach Kerala on June 6. So, first remember, monsoon is very important, and monsoon is a term which is used in India. The word monsoon have come from Mausam. Okay, Arabic word Mausam. The Indian Meteorological Department said that the southwest monsoon, the monsoon which we are getting at the end of the summer is called southwest monsoon, starts from Kerala. So first of all you should know how this monsoon is coming from Kerala. Kindly do research on this. Southwest monsoons, how they come to India. You should know this by tomorrow. Okay, just search in the Google, try to find out. I will ask the question. Next, Indians eager to cut alcohol intake. Indians eager to cut alcohol intake. See, it's a very subjective thing, but I can say cigarette smoking, alcohol intake got reduced in the youngsters, particularly those who are in teens now. Then if you compare to 10 years back youth, so alcohol and cigarette smoking got reduced, that to educated youth. Those who are well educated, they have minimized. Might be right, but it's a very subjective thing which we cannot conclude now. Take page number 7. See, once search for page number 7, anything important is there. One small important news in page number 7 of Hindu. Illegal photocopying of documents is theft. Illegal photocopying of documents is theft. See, from the original document, if you take some parts of it, excerpts of it, some copies of it and take xerox, that is a theft. Supreme Court said. Illegal photocopying of documents. For example, there is a secret file. You have taken some of the pages in the file and we have xeroxed it and kept the pages inside the file. That comes under theft according to IPC, Indian Penal Code section 378. Illegal photocopying of documents is theft. Dishonest and temporary removal of original documents to take photocopies is a theft according to Supreme Court. And just read funny art, if not funny but interesting. Supreme Court penalizes Bihar government officials for lethargy. See the word lethargy, lackluster attitude, careless bureaucracy, red tapeism, they are all the synonyms in ethics. You have a subject called ethics. In the ethics subject, lethargic means lazy. Callous, C-A-L-L-O-U-S, also implies negligence. Indifferent attitude, apathy, A-P-A-T-H-Y, also is lethargic. Apathetic behavior. Are you apathetic? Indifferent. Lackluster attitude, also lazy. Red tapeism, delay, D-E-L-A-Y. Red tapeism means delay. So all these words regularly we use in bureaucracy to explain sometimes the delays or laziness in bureaucracy. We use these words. These words are important for you in ethics paper, where I will teach all these things. Next, coming to editorial page. If you see editorial page today, morphed freedom, morphed, M-O-R-P-H-E-D, morphed freedom. You know this word morphed, morphed photos, photo morphing. See, somebody will take your head and pose somebody's head for somebody's body, or they will create something new. Two different photos they will take separately, collate two different photos and make it like a single photo. With the advent of new technology, morphed photos have become very common. It seems that there is Mamata Banerjee's morphed photo created by some lady, and third party, see, it might be BJP, might be party politics, but court and police should have acted in a different way. Generally, the victim should give the complaint. Complaint was received from the third party, she was arrested. Because a BJP activist have morphed the photo of Mamata Banerjee. But the thing is, if at all any complaint was given on these cases, this should be first party complaint. But the complaint was given by third party, first thing. Second thing, she was arrested under section 66A and 67A. So cybercrime, apparently because section 66A of IT Act, section 67A of IT Act. First of all, you should know, 5 years back, in the year 2013, in Shriya Singhal versus Union of India, in a case called Shriya Singhal versus Union of India, section 66A of IT Act was declared as unconstitutional by the government. In the year 2013, in a case called Shriya Singhal versus Union of India, section 66A of IT Act was declared as unconstitutional. What is this case about? See, by using your Facebook, Twitter or any other social media, if you cause defamation to somebody, then section 66A will apply. But use of section 66A have become very little. Misuse of section 66A have become a wider thing, and it was against freedom of speech and expression. So Supreme Court have said section 66A of IT Act was unconstitutional, and section 67A is there. But section 67A can be used only with sexual abuse, sexual related material, all these things. So these sections will not apply to her, but court asked her to give apology. So this is the issue that went on. But a small issue with political party interventions, and without proper guidelines, without proper law, they tried to do all this nonsense. This is the entire article about why the Muslim vote matters in UP. See, you need not read entire article, but I will tell you two sentences on this. One is, if a party can win over UP, it can win over India. This was the traditional idea. There are 80 parliamentary seats in UP. There are 80 parliamentary seats. So 80 is a major chunk. If you can have this 80, you can. But the thing is, in UP there is also major Muslim vote bank. You know that around 12%, 12.5% of Indians are Muslims. Muslims do not form a proper strong political party. They don't have very strong political parties in India, but Muslims are considered as a proper vote bank. They are not allowed to have strong political party system, but they are considered as very good vote bank. Some of the constituencies in UP like Lucknow, Amedi, Rai Bareli, etc., they all are dominated by Muslims. And Muslims will not vote just like that by seeing the person. They vote by seeing the party's ideology. So this is very, very important, particularly developmental aspects and ideological aspects play a major role in Muslim vote bank. And also, you all know the famous, I cannot say famous, notorious issue of Ayodhya was also in UP. The Ayodhya, the case issue was also in UP. So all these issues, and recently triple talaq, instant triple talaq issue. Government said Supreme Court first said instant triple talaq is wrong. Government passed an ordinance penalizing instant triple talaq. If a husband gives instant triple talaq to wife or talaqi biddat to wife, he is liable to undergo punishment up to 3 years. Even this was a serious issue. So all these things might affect the UP vote polling now, and there are 200 million population in UP. 200 million population means 20 crores, out of which 43 million is Muslim population. That means 20 crores, out of 20 crores, 4.3 crores are Muslim population. So this is really a matter of concern. Let's see how it's going to create a difference in the next upcoming elections. Next, chasing stability. Next article, chasing stability. Listen. See, in foreign countries, might be Afghanistan, it might be France, Germany, Austria, Spain, Australia, New Zealand, or Indonesia, Thailand. In any country, if there is a regime change or if there are elections, definitely, particularly in this space, there will be an article in the Hindu. Okay, your duty is, if particularly those who wanted to take political science optional, kindly observe why the regime change is there, what are the reasons, or why people are voting for a particular party. Why people are voting for a particular party. Just try to observe. You need not remember each and every fact with respect to foreign countries, but at least you should know the basics of it. This is about Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison. He might win in the upcoming elections. Scott Morrison might win in the upcoming elections also. Actually, Scott Morrison belongs to Liberal Party. He belongs to Liberal Party. See, in Australia, right now Liberal Party is in power. There is one more important party called Labour Party. Liberal Party, Labour Party. So, Scott Morrison, Liberal Party. Last year there was an issue in Australia. In Liberal Party, there are two ideologies, two sets of people. Some are moderates, some are conservatives. In Liberal Party also there are moderates and conservatives. First of all, you should know who is a moderate, who is a conservative. A conservative is a person who does not want to change, accept a change. Are you conservative? Are you orthodox? Are you conservative? Are you orthodox? Means you suddenly don't accept any change. Whereas moderates and progressive people, liberals, they accept change slowly, progressively. So conservatives do not accept. In the Liberal Party, there are two ideologies there. One is moderate, second is conservatives. There was some issue in the Liberal Party, and the earlier Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull of Australia was dethroned, and we have the Prime Minister Scott Morrison. Now in Australia we have various issues. First of all, you know the Great Barrier Reef? Great Barrier Reef in Australia. After going to house, kindly locate Great Barrier Reef of Australia. After going to the house, locate Great Barrier Reef. So here, global warming and Australia's vulnerability on global warming. Okay, global warming, climate change and Australia's vulnerability. And second thing, Australia is uranium rich country, that also you should know. Uranium rich country, it has a lot of uranium. And third thing, Australia is one among the world's largest wheat exporters. Australia is one among the world's largest wheat exporters. And more importantly, you should understand, Mr. Morrison supports coal generated power. And he does not want to help the immigrants. He was not so favorable to immigrants. Whereas The opposition party is Labour Party. It was very strict about carbon emissions. It was, see, coal-based power generation, Morrison is okay. But Labour Party, the opposition party, do not want to extend any carbon emissions. And other agendas, it also have other agendas. The election is going to be on these agendas. Australia's vulnerability to climate change, Australia's wheat, Australia's other issues. Apart from that, the ideologies. Apart from that, how carbon issues are flaring up in the elections, and immigrants, anti-immigration policy and immigration policy, all these things are going to play a major role on May 18th elections. Might be Scott Morrison again might win. So he belongs to Liberal Party. The other strong party is Labour Party. So earlier Prime Minister was Turnbull, Malcolm Turnbull. Just read this. 2-3 days back we read about some other country. Who is that? South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa. African National Congress. What is the opposition party there? Democratic Alliance. Like that you have to remember. Particularly those who want to take political science, it's not mandatory. If you remember, you will understand politics well. How right-wing parties, left-wing parties, liberal parties, how they are doing in the world, how they are winning. If you keep reading for 6 months, you will be very fine in understanding international politics also. Okay. So coming back, text article, all out at sea, SEAC, all out at sea. See, this article also have a background which you have to remember. India is called a subcontinent. In the Asian continent, India has a very good geographical location. You all know that. 3 sides ocean and 1 side Himalayas. In the north side we have Himalayas and the 3 sides we have ocean. And sometimes we call India as the queen of Indian Ocean. India is the queen of Indian Ocean. India's strength, one of the important strengths is its location. You know that. One of the important strengths of India is its location. See, India has a very good sea outlet and Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, you all know that. So the thing is, China had a plan to counter India in the Indian Ocean. China had a plan to counter India in the Indian Ocean. China is trying to encircle India in the Indian Ocean. China started a policy called string of pearls. In Telugu it's called Mutyala Hara Siddhantam. China started a policy called string of pearls. String of pearls, P-E-A-R-L-S, pearls. According to that official statement, string of pearls is to develop infrastructure in the areas, small places like constructing dams, constructing ports, constructing airports, constructing other roads, all these things. So officially China is saying we are helping the small countries in infrastructure development. But in Myanmar, Coco Islands, in Bangladesh, Chittagong Port, in Sri Lanka, Hambantota Port, in Pakistan, Gwadar Port, like that in Maldives, GMR airport deal was cancelled and China got airport deal. All these things China is trying to encircle India in the Indian Ocean. So if India becomes weak in Indian Ocean, automatically Indian strength will become very, very weak in other aspects. So India has to reclaim its position in the Indian Ocean. So India is doing good naval exercises and other army exercises, particularly in Navy focused. Many exercises like Malabar, India, America, Japan, Australia. Like with Japan recently India concluded Dharma Guardian, with France Varuna, Mitra Shakti. Okay, so we have started many with Maldives Lemiti. We have various naval exercises we are doing with neighborhood, and India also formed QUAD, QUAD, Quadrilateral Security Dialogue with India, Japan, US and Australia. India, Japan, US and Australia. So all these things are very very important for India to reclaim its position in the Indian Ocean region. Particularly you should understand China started a policy called BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. China is connecting many countries. Indirectly it is trying to move all the countries to connect with Asia, some of the countries in Africa and Europe. It is trying to connect so that it can increase its strength. So India has to work more on this. This was the story. And in this article they have regularly used the word PLAN, plan. What is this plan? Nothing but PLA, People's Liberation Army. Everything belongs to China. Plan, People's Liberation Army wala Navy. That's called plan, People's Liberation Army's Navy. Okay, this is the story behind this article. Okay, next. The need for judicial restraint. The need for judicial restraint. See, if you directly read this article, you will get confused. Because the article is written by lawyers who use legal terminology in the article. So I will explain this terminology, then you read this. Okay. The article says, Indian judiciary is following sociological jurisprudence rather than positivist school. What is this sociological jurisprudence rather than positivist school? I will explain what is that. Kindly understand. See, in movie halls, if there should be compulsory Janaganamana, and when Janaganamana is playing, everybody should stand up. Now the rule was relaxed, but earlier this was the rule. In what way? Supreme Court is concerned with that first. These are, just think it off. Second thing, in Delhi there were buses, and Delhi you all know vehicular pollution. Few years back Supreme Court ordered all buses in Delhi should be converted to CNG mode. All buses in Delhi should be converted to CNG mode. Even Supreme Court talks about firecrackers during Diwali. Okay. See, if you see lot many things what Supreme Court and High Court does nowadays, you feel like Supreme Court and High Court judiciary is talking about sociological aspects. What is good, what is moral, what is correct, what is lifestyle. Okay. What are the rights of LGBTs? Everything Supreme Court will speak. There are two schools in jurisprudence. There are many schools in which two are very very popular. Jurisprudence means the origin and study of legal system. There are two major schools. One is positivist school, second is sociological school. Positivist school says whatever the parliament makes, that is law. There is nothing like beyond. And parliament gives law, judiciary has to interpret it. Parliament provides law. The duty of the judiciary is to interpret the law, enforce the law. Whereas sociological school also says certain important aspects of the society, moral aspects, rights of the individuals, positivism should be promoted. That is sociological school. The judiciary is more about sociological perspective rather than strictly interpreting the law. This is the interaction. Understood? It is talking about all the things, and in a simple way I can say judicial activism versus judicial restraint. Judicial activism versus judicial restraint. What is this judicial activism? What is this judicial restraint? See, the active role played by the judiciary in protecting the rights of citizens and helping the citizens to live their life with a very positive sense is called judicial activism. Okay. In that case, judiciary is not just interpreter of the law, but also judiciary is a watchdog of people's rights, protector of people's rights. Okay, it is going overstepping beyond its limits, it is protecting people. That is somebody's criticism. But some experts say in the separation of powers there are three organs of the government: legislature, executive, judiciary. Okay. Legislature should make the law, executive should implement the law, judiciary should interpret the law. If judiciary makes law, directs each and everything, what for we should have legislature and executive? There is a debate between judicial activism and judicial restraint. Understood? That was the meaning. The need for judicial restraint. See, judges are appointed. They are not elected. In a democracy, people elect their leaders to make law. In a democracy, we elect our representatives to make law. If you make law, which is really should be made by the people's representatives, in the name of judgments, why there should be legislature? So for that reason, judiciary can involve only in emergency cases, only grave threat, or only there is a very grave need. But in each and every case, if judiciary involves and interferes, then what will happen? There will be a collapse of the system. So kindly write an article on judicial activism and judicial restraint. Okay, within 2 days, by day after tomorrow, write an article on judicial activism and judicial restraint. So done for today news.